日本時間8日、ドジャースの大谷翔平選手が先頭打者本塁打を含む2本塁打を放ち、チームの勝利に大きく貢献しました。今季10勝目を挙げたクレイトン・カーショー投手は、その活躍を絶賛しています。カーショーは米国の人気番組に出演し、大谷について問われると、今の野球界で唯一無二の存在だと高く評価しました。大谷の真の凄さについて言及されており、大変興味深いものとなっております。番組内では大谷に関する話題にとどまらず、カーショー自身の近年の故障と現役続行の決意、通算3000奪三振を達成した特別な夜、さらに家族との日々など、多岐にわたるエピソードも披露されました。さらに別コーナーでは、もし1日だけ人生を入れ替えられるとしたら誰になりたいかという質問がドジャースの選手たちに投げかけられました。その回答の中には大谷翔平の名前が挙げられたほか、山本由伸の名を挙げる選手も見られました。これらの模様を日本語字幕付きでまとめてお伝えします。
True or false that you still eat the same meal for breakfast when you pitch as when Ellen told everybody 6 or 7 years ago?
So I've kind of done a 180. I've changed a little bit. Yeah. So now, what did Ellen say? Just eat cereal? I don't do that anymore.
God dang it. I'm so disappointed.
I've grown up a little bit. Yeah, I eat like eggs now. Yeah. But I eat the same thing. Like, I eat 2 eggs and banana and toast. Because I'm not that hungry, but knock it out.
But it was the whole Golden Grams.
Oh, yeah.
Really? I cannot believe that. Into your 30s.
Yeah, I love Golden Grams.
Is that what it was? Was that the go-to?
Golden Grams are so good. God, thinking about that, I haven't had them in so long. It makes me, want them again.
I will tell you, I'm going to let you know a little secret. When I was 10, that was my favorite cereal because there was a cute girl on the commercial that looked like a girl that I had a crush on.
Marketing works, huh?
It really does.
Wow, marketing works.
How did you pull that off on the road, by the way? Would you pack your own Golden Grams?
Super challenging. And no, I think it ended up being spending $15 for the little box of cereal they have for room service, Yeah.
But they, somewhere in Atlanta had Golden Grams at the Ritz or something?
It probably wasn't always Golden Grams. No.
When you got drafted in 2006, it wasn't on MLB Network?
No, it was still dial-up internet. I think that was the last one. I think it was AOL.
So how do you find out you get drafted by the Dodgers?
I got IM'd. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's just so I think they called kind of before the draft started, and they said, "Hey, if you're there at the 7th pick, we're gonna think about drafting you." And then it had something I had to sign something with a fax. There was a fax machine involved.
Yes.
Yeah, fax machine to agree to the terms. But yeah, I think basically it was just a phone call. Yeah.
A fax machine.
Yeah, we didn't. My mom and I didn't have one either, so we had to go to our neighbor's house to get the fax from the Dodgers.
It would have been so much better if you had gone to FedEx to go fax it to the Dodgers.
I'm knocking on our neighbor's door that we knew decently well, but it's hey, I need your fax machine, and this basically is for the rest of my life, so I need this to work. I need it to be hooked up, and I need it working quickly.
Please tell me that you saw them somewhere down the line and got them tickets to a start or something.
They've come out before, yeah. They've come out for sure. They
good.
Have. Yeah.
Is there a good story on how you got the call up to the show?
So I was in Zebulon, North Carolina.
That's not a real place, is it?
Dino's kid, Ebel's kid is there right now.
Oh, that's where he is?
Yeah, he's in Zebulon, I think.
First round pick of the Brew Crew, by the way. Good for him.
But so I was pitching that night, and I pitched 1 inning, and they took me out of the game. And I was kind of mad. I was like, why are you taking me out of the game? Honestly, did not put 2 and 2 together. And they waited till after the game. And Shu, our manager, called me in, and he told me I was going up. So, no, nothing super cool other than I was pitching, and they took me out after 1 inning. And they're like, "Hey, you can't say anything because we got to release somebody on the big league team." And so, yeah, no, not really.
You were 20 years old when you got up here.
Yeah.
If I'm 20 years old, I'm walking in a Dodgers clubhouse, I would have been like, gulp. How are you not?
I probably was. I mean, I think we had some great old guys, and then we had some other guys that were definitely the salty vets. We had both. But I wasn't even a young guy. I was there was a whole new category. You know what I mean? I was a baby. So I think I kind of got away a little bit easier than others. And we did have some really good guys. Like Derek Lowe helped me out a lot.
Great one.
Yeah, he was just, I mean, he never went on the DL his whole career. So, like, watching him work and the way he went about his stuff was awesome. And I played with Maddox for my last couple months, too. So that was cool. So, yeah, just we had a lot of guys I got to learn more just like watching than like talking. But that was I learned better that way anyway.
All right. I think that because of what has happened with you physically in recent years, back, knee, toe, shoulder, you could have walked away and everybody would have been like, yeah, I get it. But now, do you sit down with Ellen, with your kids who are probably old enough now to understand when you make this big a decision, or is it strictly just the two of you adults?
I mean, it ultimately is Ellen and I, but like, you know, I have Charlie at the field today and like, he's starting to really understand it and love it. And so that plays a part in it. My oldest daughter's in 5th grade and she, you know, she started a new school and like that plays a part in it. So it's all baked into the recipe. I don't know if you ever make the best decision ever, but it's just you have to think about everybody involved, and that's what the off season's for. You know, is to sit down and kind of figure out what everybody really wants and needs, and then kind of go from there.
Listen, you've got 4, you've got another one coming. I've got 2 kids. There's a tremendous amount of guilt that comes along with the businesses, although you're doing it a little differently than I am. Where I've been away, I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Does that weigh on you when you play? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I think you always want to be at 2 places, right? And you never feel like you're doing one adequately enough. You know, I feel like, you know, if I go home for an off day, I'm like, gosh, I should have been working out or I should have been doing something. And then, you know, if I'm not at home with them, you have the guilt of like, God, I'm here playing a game for fun and Ellen's grinding away with 4 kids at home, you know? So it's like, yeah, you never feel like you're doing enough on both ends, but Ellen does an incredible job and really, really just says, hey, be 100% all in with whatever you're doing. And I couldn't do it without her. And then I think it's good for the kids. I really do. I mean, I think the traveling, getting to see new cities and getting to be not just in your little bubble at home has been great for them and experiences that they'll remember. And you know, someday it ends, right? And some days I'm going to be looking for stuff to do. So for now, we're just going to enjoy it and see how long we can ride this thing.
When Adam Wainwright was getting close to the end, he made certain to kind of enjoy ballparks and cities that he maybe took for granted.
Yeah, he walked all over the place, huh?
He sure did.
Yeah, Waino's awesome. I'm not doing that, but he's awesome. I love it. I'm just trying to pitch every 5th day. That's all I'm trying to do.
So you don't find yourself like walking outside at a ballpark and just saying, man, I've been here 100 times and I've never noticed that. Are you allowing yourself to enjoy it more or no?
In a different way. I mean, I'm not walking around ballparks, but, you know, still like enjoying it, getting out on the field, play, you know, shagging BP with Charlie or honestly, at the end of the day, we're baseball players. So pitching well and playing baseball, that's the most fun for me. So soaking it all in one last year, it doesn't mean anything if you're not pitching good. So at the end of the day, priority number 1 is to pitch well. And if that happens, everything else will be a lot of fun.
And you have. You just finished up a remarkable August where you had an ERA under 2. You were unbeaten the whole bit. So when you do eventually sit down and have whatever thought process, can you walk away when you're still at the top or you go, man, I'm still doing this? Like, how does that factor in?
I think it'll work itself out. At least I keep telling myself that. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what the future holds. And obviously, you know, we're in a playoff race. September, we got a lot of good starters. We got a lot of guys that can be a force in October. So who knows what the next few months look like for me. So I'm just going to try to keep pitching as well as I can and make them have tough decisions, and then I'll have a tough decision at the end of this too.
Have you been able to enjoy the 3,000th strikeout in your own little way?
Well, that night itself was so special. So, I mean, I think I wouldn't have changed it now doing it. I would have changed it in the moment because it took a really long time to get it done. But to be able to walk off that mound and be done and have that and have my family there and hear the crowd, and I wouldn't change that for the world. It was such a special night.
Do you know how special it was to your fellow pitchers? I've talked to a couple of them because they sit here and not only understand how impressive the feat is, but that it might be the last time we see it in the sport. I hope not, but it might be.
Yeah, I hope not too. I hope that, baseball's cyclical. Everything comes around. And so hopefully the age of the starting pitcher comes back a little bit. I think it's good for the game when that happens. And our bullpens are so good now that it's hard for starters to get past the sixth inning because guys are so nasty in the pen. But I think ultimately if we can get back to that somehow, and there are some guys, I think Garrett Cole can do it. Hopefully Sale can stay healthy. He could do it. But yeah, I hope it's not the last. For the sake of the game, I hope it's not the last.
You faced Shohei for several years. You've now been his teammate for the last 2. What do you appreciate him as a pitcher when you're watching him do his thing?
Yeah, he's really good. He's
breaking news.
He's really, really good. Yeah, shocker. But he just like last game, he hadn't really thrown a curveball. He decided to throw like 25 times. People don't do that. You have what you have, you throw it out there. And Shohei just kind of invents a new pitch and throws it 30 times. So it's just impressive to watch. There's not enough superlatives to say. He's the only guy in the world that's doing what he's doing.
Does it embarrass you? And we'll finish up here off of this. Does it embarrass you or make you feel like, I can't believe that when you walk into an all-star clubhouse or just even hanging out here and people are going to tell their kids and grandkids, I played with Clayton Kershaw. I know it's hard for you to look at it that way, but you know that that's part of the narrative.
Well, going to the All-Star game this year was really special. Obviously I was I shouldn't have been there on merit, but to get to go, the commissioner let me go and be there, and Doc let me talk to the guys in the clubhouse.
That's cool.
That was cool. Things that I wouldn't have really ever thought about. But I've been to All-Star games where, I've heard Chipper Jones talk or Waino or Jeter or these guys kind of address their fellow teams, and I never ever thought in a million years I'd be in that kind of category to get to do that. So it was super special to me to get to do, and I don't know about all that other stuff, but I'm just really thankful for those moments. It was pretty cool.
I lied. Here's your last one. Because you play for the Dodgers, is the season a failure if you don't win it all? Is that fair or not?
I don't think it's just for the Dodgers. If you're a team that's not making the playoffs, I've said this before, we're so spoiled here that the postseason is supposed to be a foregone conclusion every single year. Doesn't mean it's any easier to make it, but we have the talent that we should be there every year. Once you get to October, anything can happen. So ultimately, yes, I think we'll all be disappointed if we don't win the last game of the year. But I think 29 other teams should have that mindset. And whether that's a reality or not, that should be the case. That really should. And maybe that's their owner's fault. Most likely, a lot of them, it is their owner's fault for not trying. But at the end of the day, that's why we play this game. We play a team game. We're not here to, we're here to take care of our families because this is our job and we've been given a gift to play baseball. But at the end of the day, it's a team sport. In order to enjoy a team sport, winning is part of it, And so super thankful that everybody's aligned here with the Dodgers. And we get to try to do that every year. It's very special.
Probably Yamamoto, because he seems like he has a very still brain, and I'd like to see what that's like. Just a calm. He's very, very just a stable young man, and he's really good, super solid human being, has a super sick show house, likes the finer things. He just lives a nice life, He's just a good dude.
Freddie. I would say Freddie. I want to know what it will feel like to be hitting 380 and still be sad after every time you get out.
Still be sad. Come on, he's not sad. Really?
Freddie gets pretty sad when he gets out.
I thought it was going to be because of the teeth.
Next question.
Okay, while they were playing probably Pujols in his heyday, what it's like to just know you're hitting a home run every time you step in the box. That'd be pretty sick. I remember when I was in college watching that guy, and I'll say that now because it'll age him a little bit, but it was every time he got into bat, I remember people would be on their phones watching, or they'd turn on their TV and watch and check the stat line because it was, 3 for 4, 3 for 5, 2 home runs, couple doubles. What it was like to just square a ball up like he does would be pretty impressive.
This is a common one. I think Shohei. Shohei's been my teammate for the last 3 years, and I can only imagine how it is the life outside the field being Shohei Ohtani. I know he's a guy who, he's pretty comfortable at home and doing his stuff at home, taking care of his family and his dog. But I would like to see how it is to be Shohei Ohtani and just go to the street and go to Rodeo Drive or something like that and walk around being Shohei for a couple of days and see how it is.
How about for 30 seconds? And then you'd probably be like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I will do it for the day. I don't think knowing the next day I'm gonna be back to be Miggy Raw. I think I will do Shohei for the day for sure.
I'd probably go Mookie. I would go Mookie.
Why?
I feel like he kind of does all. I like how he's got his own podcast that he's running. He does a lot of different things off the field. Like, I always see him like playing basketball. He's really good at every sport he does.
He really is that good at everything, isn't he?
Yeah, it's incredible.
It's annoying.
It is. It's like,
in a good way.
I don't know. I can't beat him in anything. And then he does a lot of cool things off the field that I don't have the opportunity to do. So I would go Marcus.
By the way, you grow a better beard than he does. So
Way better.
Don't sell yourself.
I got a better
short.
head of hair too. Sorry,
Yeah.
Mookie. Sorry.